All right, welcome to this quick win, which is all about how to do split testing within an automation inside ActiveCampaign. So it's a relatively new feature. There's not a lot of information about it out there at the moment. So I've been playing around with it the last few days and put together this quick win so you can put these split tests into your automations pretty much straight away. And we'll explain exactly how they all work. So in order to access the split testing thing, you'll find that either over here under conditions and workflow where it says split. I usually just hit the plus sign, go to conditions and workflow, and say you want to split. If you don't see that in your account at the moment, that means you need to upgrade it using the link below. So just go below this video in the quick win. There should be a link there, allow you to upgrade your account. It also will come with the new contact interface, which is much better as well. It won't cost you any more or anything, but some accounts haven't been upgraded yet. So if you can't see the split, that's the reason why. When you click on say you want to split, it's going to ask you, do you want an even split or a conditional split? If you just tick on even split, you'll see all the different possibilities that you can have there. So a even split means it will go forever. So you're going to create two paths here. You're going to create an A and a B path. You're going to send half the traffic down A. You're going to send half the traffic down B, and that's just going to happen forever. Which means you're going to have to manually come back, and you're going to have a look at which one of those paths, A or B, are actually better, is actually converting better, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But it's not going to automatically end. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but you just need to be aware that it's going to go on for indefinitely. If you don't want it to happen indefinitely, if you just want to run a particular test, you've got a couple different options here. One, you can run it for a certain number of contacts, right? So you can say, I want to throw whatever, 500 contacts down path A, once we've actually put 500 through the split, so 250 to A, 250 to B, then the split will be over. So it doesn't really make much sense to do it the way it's written there, where it says have 500 split, because that doesn't really give you any information. So there's a couple of ways you can decide which of the winning paths you're going to throw the rest down. So we're going to throw 500 through the split, 250 are going to go down A, 250 are going to go down path B. But then how do I know which is better, A or B? Right? Because I'm just blindly doing it in this automated fashion. So there's kind of two ways you can do that. You can either have a goal in your automation, which I'll demonstrate here in a moment, or you can specify a condition to determine which path wins, basically. So it's just two ways of accomplishing the same thing. So if you want to have a goal in your automation, you can come in here and you can say how many people have completed the goal, right? So whatever that goal is going to be, right? So if there's a goal in your automation underneath path A and a goal in your automation underneath path B, which I'll show you in a second, then at the end of that 500, it's just going to go right. More people completed the goal under path A, so boom, path A wins, send everybody else down path A, right? You don't get a whole lot of control here, but you can do it that way as well. So let me just go back here. And we're going to say 500 contacts have been split. The other way to do it, if you don't want to use a goal or you aren't using a goal, is to come on under here and say specify conditions. So let's say we're trying to get someone to buy product XYZ, right? So the way we're going to know they bought product XYZ is they're going to have a purchase XYZ tag. That's going to be our success criteria, right? So now it says we're going to split 500 contacts. To determine the winning path, I want to know which path is producing more people with the purchase XYZ tag. After a winner's been chosen, all new contacts will flow down that path. If there's been a tie between the paths, so let's say there's 100 purchases on path A and 100 purchases on path B, then it's tied. Everyone's going to go down on path A. So that's how it's going to work. So you just click apply, and there you go. So and then you just build your automations out here. You put an email in there. And You just build them out that way. So what's going to happen, 250 people are going to go down here, 250 people are going to go down here. Whichever side ends up with the most purchase tags, that's going to win, and the rest of the people are going to go down. Person 501 will go down whichever one of those paths won. Cool. The other alternative you've got here is split by a current date. And I will just, I'll save that one to demonstrate just a little bit later. Okay, but let's have a look at a kind of a real world example of how you might use this. So let's say you have an upsell sequence. So whenever whatever the behavior is that would generate the upsell sequence, you might be running the machine, or it might be the fact that someone's visited the sales page a bunch of times, or in this particular example, we're just going to say someone has gotten the lead tag for product XYZ, and we want to try them, upsell them product XYZ. So what I've set up here is, just to demonstrate, is the indefinitely one, right? So every contact, all the contacts that flow in here, half of them are going to get split down A and half of them are going to get split down B. And then I've got slightly different upsell sequences going on either side. So I might have slightly different copy over here than on the left than I do on the right. I might have different wait intervals on the left than I do on the right. I might have a longer sequence on one side just to test, do people respond well to 2 emails or do they need 5? It takes all the guesswork out of it because I can actually test it. So, and you can see I've got some people actually going through this automation right now, and they're queued up. So how do I decide which one of these two is the winner then? Because I haven't specified anything. Well, since this is going to go on indefinitely, it's not automatically going to pick a winner. It's going to be up to you to come back in here and check the stats, decide which one you want to go with. So let's say B ends up being the better one. Then what I can do is I go, right, I know B converts at whatever, 25%. Then I can just come in here and I can amend to A, put some new copy into A. Essentially, B becomes my control, and then I try and beat B with a new path A. And I can continue to ping pong back and forth, whichever one's the best. I'll try and beat it with a new one. That'll be the control. Then I'll try and beat it with a new one, etc. But you have to reset your goals, which we'll talk about in a second. Right, so people are evenly flowing down path A and path B. If they get to a goal here, I've set up 2 different goals. I've set up a path A goal, and I've set up a path B goal as well. So if you want to crack the goal open, it just says, right, we'll jump to this action when someone's got the purchase XYZ tag, when the goal is below the contact's position, so below path A or below path B. What do we want to do if that condition's not met? We're just going to continue on anyway. But what I would probably really do in the real world, if I didn't have anything after this, I'd probably say wait until those conditions are met. So people will wait at that goal until they buy. That might contaminate your stats a little bit, because if they buy 6 months in the future, it wasn't really this upsell sequence that did it. So you might want to just say continue anyway, right? And then you want to make sure you build in a buffer there to take into account. So we'll say, right, 5 days, for example. So what that's going to do is someone's going to finish my upsell sequence A. I'm going to wait 5 days as kind of a grace period to see if they bought or not. If they didn't buy within 5 days, then it's probably not my upsell sequence that got them to buy. So they're just going to hit this goal. If they do buy, they'll jump over that step anyway. But when they hit this goal, we'll just continue anyway, which ends the automation. So I've got a path A for purchase that people that purchase down path A, and I've got a path B goal for people that purchase down path B. Same thing. They bought using the purchase XYZ tag. And then we end the automation. All right, so I just let this run for whatever. I might want to let it run for a month or a couple of months or whatever. But then I want to check which one of those 2 paths won. There's a couple of different ways you can do that. One is right on the automation page itself. So you'll see whenever there's a goal present in an automation, you get this little bar here that tells you 21% of the people through this automation achieved a goal. All right, cool. But hold on a second. I've actually got 2 goals in that automation, A and B, and I want to know which one's performing better. So you can just hover over that bar and it will tell you, it says People down path A converted at 34%, 4 out of 12. People down path B converted at 9%, 1 out of 12. Right. So that's telling me path A is converting much better than path B. So now I might want to wipe the current path B and then put a new test in there. Right. So, or copy this whole automation and then I'll put a couple new ones in there. We'll see. But anyway, now I can tweak path B to try and get the conversion up on path B till it beats 34%. And then that becomes the control. And then I try and beat that one. But anyway, you can get it right here by hovering over the bar on the automation screen. The other way to get to it is if you go to reports and then you go to goals. I've just typed in a search string just to make it easy. And it's brought back those two goals. But it'll show you every goal that you've currently got and how they're converting. But I've just said, show me the ones that mention path. So it goes right, path A, path B here under goals. And it's telling me the same thing, right? This converts at 33%. This converts at 8%. I don't know why it's slightly different, but it is. But the idea being that it actually converts better. Let me just refresh it and see what's going on. It actually converts better. The A path converts better. Now it's giving me 2. Oh, it's because I got another one. Copied it. Anyway. So that's just telling me that A is converting better. So you can either check it on the reports goals section, or you can check it straight on the automation section itself. So that's how you'd run a split test with some goals. The other kind of split test you can run, as we saw, was, if you remember, we can run one based on a date, right? So why would you want to run a split test based on a date? Well, let's have a look. So if we look at this one, which is called split bypass, what I've got, so this might be an upsell sequence where the first email is a pitch, for example. It says, hey, here's my offer for this new great thing. And then following that are some more emails that are kind of content-based and nurturing-based, trying to get us to know, like, and trust you, right? But let's say I want to run a special for December, but I'm going to be sitting on the beach Christmas time, sipping a nice cold cerveza, and I don't want to have to come into ActiveCampaign and change out the price of that offer as people are going through this automation. So what I've done here is I've just set up a split test that says I want to split until it's December 31st, midnight December 31st, early morning of December 31st, right? So it's going to split everybody down path A until then, or it's actually going to split some people down path A, some people down path B. So you might want to test these two offers. So this is the normal offer. This is our special offer. Half the people are going to get the normal offer. Half the people are going to get the special offer. But then come 31st of December, everyone's going to go down B. This split test is going to stop, and everyone's just going to go down B. So before the 31st, half people go down A. They get the special offer. Then there's just a go-to action to put them into the rest of the sequence here that they're going to get. Then there's the normal offer, and then the rest of the sequence. So come December 31st, everyone's just going to click, defaults over to B. I don't have to come back and take away that special offer there. Now, why you'd ever want to kind of give half people a normal offer and half people a sale offer, I'm not really sure. Maybe you're just testing different offers, but the rest of the sequence is the same, or you just want to test them for a certain amount of time or something. But you can do that. You can actually limit it to a specific date as well. And once the date hits, everybody goes down B. So that's a little bit about how you can put split testing to work in your automations. Some things you could split test straight away. You can split test copy. You could split test the length of the automation. You could split test the wait durations in between the steps. You could split test the offers. You could split test upsells, all that kind of stuff. So only really kind of limited by your imagination as to what you can test. But I would suggest you start out testing big ideas, test screams, not whispers. Testing whether the button color is blue or green, that's nice, but that's only going to give you a tiny little bump. If you can test one big offer against another big offer, so they're two completely different offers, you'll get a quick indication of which offer sells better. Then you can tweak that offer. But tweak test screams first, then whispers. So once you've got a good offer, then you can start tweaking the little stuff like the headlines and the button color and all the rest of that good stuff. So I hope that helps. Get out there and start split testing.